I feel like my face and my chest are two different colours. Love that for me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So, the YouTuber, yes, Rachel Oates, found this page on Instagram and immediately thought of me, thanks, called British Goop. You know, Goop, that thing that, who is it, Gwyneth Paltrow has? You know, that weird website where something jade stones that go inside a vagina? Anyway, British Goop on Instagram, that's what we're going to look at today. It's a page that, well, it says, the bio says, when life gives you sanitary towels, make shoulder pads, celebrating and crediting the wisdom of Women's Weekly magazines. I used to read Women's Weekly magazine when I was very young because my mum would get them. Chat, take a break, that's life. I'm laughing because there's this meme, I don't know if I'll probably never be able to find it again, where someone did like a parody of Take a Break and called it Take a Shit. I'm so mature. And it was a parody of the, you know, like the sensationalist headlines, like, my husband ran away with our cat and now they're having kittens. Those types of headlines. Or it's like really jarring, nasty stuff like family brutally murdered in the middle of the night. And underneath, win a free holiday, win cash prizes if you do our crossword puzzle, you know. I love I love those magazines so much. I need to get on with this video. I love those magazines. They're just mental. But they used to really worry me as a child because it's such doom and fucking gloom all of the time. Like, they come out weekly. So 3 magazines weekly. I thought if I just walk outside, I'm gonna get killed. Anyway, honeybees whoop when they bump into each other. Bees can be taught to play football. I'm trying to work out what I'm going to do with this information. Bees are quite nice. They're quite nice as far as insects go. They're alright. They won't really do nothing to you. Parsnipper colada. Rum, almond milk, small handful of parsnips boiled, maple syrup. Combine and strain, or shake and strain, or combine in a blender. Suddenly I feel lots better about not drinking alcohol ever again. Tempt picky eaters. It looks possessed. It looks like, you know, when someone's like, oh, I've just found Jesus in a slice of toast and it's nothing, it's just scrapings and the crumbs. Tempt picky eater. Yes, I'm saying that this looks like Jesus. Make happy toasted sandwiches by using brightly coloured cheese and cutting a slice. If it's that brightly coloured, is it good for you? The cheese. I don't know, I ain't eaten cheese in years, I don't fucking know. Cutting a smiley face in the top layer of bread before putting it in the machine. What machine? This sounds weirdly ominous. I'm gonna read the comments quickly. Serial killer behaviour. The machine, see? See, it's not just me. The machine. What is that? Obviously I know what a toasty maker is, but that doesn't look like it's been in a toasty maker. It's got griddle lines on it. And surely if that was in a toasty maker, if you've got holes in the bread, the cheese is going to seep through and burn on the inside of the toasty maker. So there's more to this picture than meets the eye. I'm a mean girl. Since my 21st birthday, I've become a really hateful person and I don't know why. What does hateful person mean? Because there's different levels. There's just being a bit of a bitch and then there's joining some sort of what? I don't know, some sort of murder cult. Dear Carol, at 21, in several lives you suffered badly. Fuck off. In 1922, you were executed in France. In 1872, you were abandoned by your... Listen, I love crazy stuff as much as the next person. I love the paranormal, etc, 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 right? But if I'm sitting here being like, fuck off, you're full of shit, you might just be a bit full of shit. You were abandoned by your husband in Greece. In 1766, you were killed by a lover in the USA. In 1568, you were eaten by a bear in Germany. No wonder this anniversary has made you angry. Know this life will be long, happy and fruitful, and you should be able to control your moods. Jesus. Easy riser. Try this, the magazine implores us. Want to wake without an alarm clock? Don't say a word, don't say anything. Want to wake up without an alarm clock? Imagine being woken up by an alarm cock. There's a word for that, I think. Before going to bed, draw a clock face on a piece of paper with the hands pointing to the time you want to wake up. Leave it by your bed. With a piece of rose quartz over the clock face, say, tick-tock, live well by the clock, let me... Imagine someone actually standing there doing this. Oh, I bet like at least 10 anti-vaxxer type mums have tried this. Let me rest this eve. Tick-tock, sleep well by the clock. Awakeness, let me leave. Tick-tock, spellbound by the clock. Slumber until this time. Tick-tock, dream by the clock. By insert time, I will wake and rise and shine. Blessed be. I'm upset. Though, actually, right, these little things that say, oh, just do this and you'll get money or you'll get the man of your dreams, whatever. There was one I read once, how was I? Probably about 12. And it was like, oh, how can I become prettier? No, I didn't try it though. I read this thing where it said, how do I become prettier? And I thought, oh, fuck that. I'll just wish myself prettier. Because I was really ugly. I just wished one day I would grow up and be really pretty. And now look at me. Thanks, take a break. Is resigning best for me? I have received an email sent to me in error criticising my work. I'm mortified. I replied saying, I think this was sent in error, but now I'm thinking about resigning as my trust has been broken. Should I? Oh, just that, just one bit of criticism, Jesus Christ. You better hope that I never make a critique video on you. I believe your angels meant for you to see this email. They wanted you to be made aware of what you're up against. Bigger and better things will soon be on the horizon. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, pendulum says yes. What's a... Pendulum's like one of those things, isn't it? How would that say yes unless it spells out yeah? Like rubbish. My hubby leers at everyone. How can I stop my husband perving over actors on TV, girls in magazines or on the street? He never used to be like this, so I wouldn't have married him. He feels he needs to let the person know or shout at the telly how hot they are. They're not going to hear. He thinks it's complimentary, but it's just really embarrassing. I've asked him to keep his opinions to himself, but he won't. Any advice? It seems like your fella feels the need to flatter everyone, so give him a taste of his own medicine. Leer at him in public and make comments on how hot he is, and then see how quickly he's the one feeling embarrassed. But also remind him that it's 2020 and us gals expect a bit more respect. I swear, if the next line was going to be like that fucking song, you know, R-E-S-P-E-C-T, that... I was going to throw my phone out the window. If he keeps vocalising his opinions, one day he might say the wrong thing and end up getting decked. Is it time to leave him? I have been in an unhappy marriage for a long time. It was never right and has deteriorated over the years. Now my youngest daughter is off to college and I feel like it's time to make a change. My husband and I have been living separate lives for years. Here's a photo of my bracelet. Do you have any advice for me? Life is far too short to be unhappy. You are doing the right thing by leaving him. I can see it's clearly happening sooner rather than later. There is a wonderful lady for you in the spirit world who comes forward to tell me that you could have been a little wiser with your finances in the past, but you always have what you need. What a bitch. Imagine coming forward in the spirit world just to be like, just to neg someone out. You could have not spent loads of money on those vibrators because your husband's... Anyway. So please, don't let your financial situation hold you back any longer. Unsexy gagging. I've tried giving my boyfriend oral sex, but it always makes me gag. Is there something wrong with me? Relax. Touching the sensitive soft palate at the back of your mouth can trigger gagging, but anxiety makes it more likely. And remember, you only need to take the tip of his penis into your mouth. No need for swallowing like an anaconda eating a human. Tip of the week. Punch a hole in sauce mix packages, put through a key ring and hang on a hook. This keeps them together and tidy in your kitchen. What a state. What an absolute state. Oh, bless these people. And also, how shit were those other tips that week that this was the tip of the week? I wish I wrote for these magazines. Protect your straighteners from scratches. Is that a thing? Put a pair of socks on the plates. Just make sure they're fully cooled first. Straighteners get a I've had the same pair of straighteners for like 14 years. Should I get some more? I was having people round for dinner and wanted to give the cheese course a special love it touch. So I covered an old toilet roll. Not really something that you'd want to hear. Cheese course for dinner. Bog roll. On the front cover of them. Actually, that's good currency these days. When's Bog roll pandemonium 2 gonna happen? And use it as a holder for my breadsticks. And another week's issue has made the perfect tray for my crackers. My guests loved it. Oh God. I'd be upset if I saw it. Oh. By lining this felt cowboy hat with a bin bag and puncturing it with a few holes for drainage, I created a fab plant hanger. As soon as that rains. As soon as it rains outside, that's going to get ruined, mate. What are you doing? Dear Sally, I took this photo last week and looked today and saw these two suns drawn on my TV. We don't have any children. My fiance was playing a game at the time. What is going on? Thanks for the photo. I work very much what I sense, and I really feel like these drawings were not made by spirit energy. So you need to look at people that were in and out of the room before you discover the drawings. It's not unusual for strange occurrences to lead us that something paranormal has taken place, but I do not feel that is the case with this photograph. But usually these magazines will gobble up any sort of shit. I mean, you were eaten by a bear in a past life, so... If you have trouble seeing the dial numbers on your cooker knobs, paint them bigger with red nail polish and never ever get your security deposit back. Why am I so often ill? Dear Jenny, doctors are baffled as to why I get one illness after another. They can't find anything wrong with me. Dear Catherine, in the 1960s, you were a Russian spy called Chad, living and working in the USA. You were what's called a sleeper, and as the years went by without you being woken and put to work, you became very comfortable as an American. When you did have to start spying, on pain of death, it left you feeling guilty and depressed. You died that way. Stop punishing yourself for something you had no choice over. You did no real harm. Thank you, Jenny. Thanks for nothing. Having a small bottle of wine on my meal and thought instead of throwing the bottle away, I would use it to store my favourite pen. I'm sorry. How many of those small bottles did you drink before you came up with this marvellous idea? And also, I'm quite pleased that I don't drink anymore. I'm scared of bees. Dear Jenny. In for another banger. I think I like these Jenny ones the most. Summer's ruined for me because I'm terrified of bees. That's it. That's the whole message. Dear Sarah, you did suffer a terrible death by a bee in a past life. It was in the 1960s when ring pull cans were first introduced to the UK and they had a hidden danger. If an insect got inside the can, you could easily not notice and swallow one, which is what happened to you when you were Jerry, aged... Is this the plot to that film that had Macaulay Culkin in? You know, the one where he gets stung by a bee and dies? Age 9. The bee stung your throat and you suffocated from the swelling. But it wasn't the bee's fault. Try not to fear the insect. It was just as much a victim as you were. Be more careful what you tip into your mouth. Yeah, it's your fucking fault that you got stung by a bee. What? They're so full of shit. How could you sit there with a straight face and write that genuinely? I should have this job. Whatever this job is, professional bullshit, or I should do it. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, do remember to like, comment, subscribe. I make new videos whenever I feel like it. Follow me on Instagram and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!